partnerships that are bold, practical, and transformative. And again, our chief guest, we want to appreciate because that is what you've done within the ministry, and you are always available to partner and to work with other actors. In closing, I do encourage all of us to fully engage and share openly, and let us break barriers in our thinking of what we can achieve when we work together. The vision before us is very clear: a world where everyone has access to eye care, and they need to live productive and dignified lives. Together, that vision is within reach. And thank you very much, everyone, and wishing you great and productive event. Thank you.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you, sir. Just to reassure you, we will be looking to beat Sebastian Solway's record-breaking time in all of our sessions this year. Some will be sprints, some will be marathons, but we'll do it together. Thank you, Moses. On a guest, we're brought together by the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness, as you know. And so it's an absolute honor to welcome to the stage the Chief Executive, Peter Holland.
Ollie, thank you. The Honourable Arden Dwale, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Health, distinguished guests, colleagues, friends. Habari za asubuhi nyote. Ni furaha kubwa na heshima kuwa hapa Nairobi. Hii ni safari yangu ya kwanza kutembea Kenya kwa karibu 30 years. Kwa hivyo, nina furahi sana kuwa hapa. Imekuwa muda mrefu zaidi kuliko ilivyochukua Arsenal kushinda Liga Kuu tena. So, I was warned I might get that reaction. What I hope I said was, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here in Nairobi. This is my first trip to Kenya for almost 30 years, and indeed for IPB, it's actually 36 years since we've been able to be here in Nairobi. So I'm really delighted to be here. And for those who have met me in the past couple of days, I think you might just have discovered that I'm an Arsenal fan. So I compared it to along. Nairobi is one of the great African global cities, a center of innovation, partnership, and leadership that brings together people and ideas from across the continent. It's therefore a fitting place for us to gather for 2030 Insight Live 2026. I'd especially like to thank the Ministry of Health of Kenya, our valued co-host for this event, for its leadership, partnership, and commitment to advancing eye health nationally and across the African region. And I'd particularly like to welcome the Honourable Arden Dwale as our chief guest. We're really honoured that you're joining us today. I'm also delighted that so many representatives of the government of Kenya, leaders from the Ministry of Health, county governments, regional institutions, development agencies, professional bodies, and civil society organisations are joining us for this opening ceremony. Your presence reflects the strong commitment that Kenya and countries across Africa continue to demonstrate in ensuring that everyone has access to quality eye care. IPB has a long history of partnership in Kenya and across Africa. Many of our members have built transformative eye health programs throughout East Africa and across the continent, working alongside governments and local communities to reduce avoidable sight loss and blindness. So I'm very much looking forward to the next 2 days. Once again, we've got an incredibly diverse group of speakers and panelists. I'd particularly like to thank the Bloomberg Philanthropies Vision Initiative for their support for this event, and add my thanks to those of Ollie, to our partners without whom we wouldn't have been here, CBM, Fred Hollows Foundation, Good Vision, and Sightsavers. And of course, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here over the next couple of days. I invite you to be ambitious, ask questions, and connect to new people. And of course, I hope you enjoy the events and have a great time. So now, we're incredibly proud to be part of the Bloomberg Philanthropies Vision Initiative. And so I'm therefore really delighted to introduce a video message from Mike Bloomberg, founder of Bloomberg LP and Bloomberg Philanthropies, WHO Global Ambassador for Non-Communicable Diseases and Injuries, and 3-term Mayor of New York City. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you to the government of Kenya for hosting this important conference, and also to the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness for bringing everyone together. Today, more than 1 billion people are living with untreated vision problems, and most in low and middle-income countries. But the good news is we can treat the vast majority with simple interventions like vision screenings, eyeglasses, and cataract surgery. We launched the Bloomberg Philanthropies Vision Initiative to help provide these services to more people around the world. Good vision helps children learn in schools, and it helps adults advance in their careers. When someone puts on a pair of glasses for the first time or walks out of surgery and says, "I can see," it opens up a whole new future. We've been making good progress, but there is much more to do. This conference is a chance to share what's working well and help more people get the care they need. So make the most of this conference, and all the best.
Well, our huge thanks to Mike Bloomberg and to the whole team at Bloomberg Philanthropies for their support. And thank you, Peter, for those words of welcome. Yes, please. It's an absolute honor to be introducing our guests to you this morning. IAPB has in its president a formidable ambassador, supporter, and champion. And so it's a real pleasure to introduce you to the one, the only, Caroline Casey. Good morning.
I think for those of you who know me, know that I'm a little troublemaker with a very big heart. I've been told I'm not allowed to stand on the floor, and I should be on the stage. Simon, I'm very close, very close. But it just means I can be closer to you. Jambo, Kenya, with all my heart. I cannot speak Swahili like Peter, and I am not an Arsenal fan. Sorry. But I come to you today, and for the few minutes I have with you, I want to speak about the spirit of us. The spirit of our hearts that I think is some way really connected to this spirit in Kenya about pulling together. Is it called Harambee? Am I saying that correctly? Harambee. I love that word, Harambee. And I think in this room, this is what we are doing. We are such a force for good. Such a force in a world that is so dark. We collectively bring our light. And speaking of light, I just want to give a visual description of myself for those of you who are registered blind like me or can't see, and for those of you online. Hello, everybody online, because I know you're also online. I am wearing a very tangerine orange suit. It is electric orange. Yeah, it is. And I proudly stand here in this electric orange suit because it's the color of optimism and creativity and warmth and action. And I hold this color to say this is where we are. But it is also inspired by the beautiful colors of African women's fashion all over, which I adore, and has been inspired by our regional chair from Africa, Fatima Kiari. Will you please stand, Fatima, in your beautiful pink? Look at this. And that is what it is. That's why we're here today. And I want to say this beautiful quote I often believe so much in for those of us who try to make impossible things happen. And it's by T.E. Lawrence, and it's all men dream, but not equally. There are those of us who sleep at night in the dusty recesses of our mind and wake up and think it was vanity. But there are the dreamers of the day. And those women and men are dangerous because they act to make their dreams happen with their eyes open and make it possible. We are a room of dangerous dreamers. We are a room not of hoping and daydreaming, but dreamers that do. 5 years ago, as I held the mic for the first time as the president, the idea would be standing here on the precipice in months' time of the first global summit for eye health. It is extraordinary. But it's not just because it's a summit, it's not a moment in time, it's a momentum that is picking up speed so fast that you just cannot ignore it. And we saw and felt it in the room yesterday, didn't we? The energy of all of us, like phosphorescence in the sea, lighting something up. It is contagious. This is our spirit. This is the blueprint to the rest of the world to know that working together is possible, that positivity will outplay darkness. We can do this. We have proved, we stand here today or sit here today with evidence, with momentum. From the time that we were in Dubai, we went from Dubai to Singapore, to Mexico, to Nepal, and here, to this beautiful city and this beautiful country. I want to acknowledge the hearts of the extraordinary IAPB team. Please put your hands together for these people because they are working so endlessly. This is a team that doesn't just have the brains, but they have the fierce-hearted commitment that never, ever gives up or gives in. And they are phenomenal, and I am so proud to be their president. To all of you members, every single one of you, you may not be a CEO of an organization, but do not forget your power. Do not forget your power. Every action you do adds up to this collective extraordinary, radical collaboration that I called out 5 years ago in Dubai. We are proving it. And for those of you behind the scenes who we don't see, like the administrations and the EAs and the people that feed us, thank you also. Not everybody stands on a stage, is seen for the value they give, but every single one of us has a part to play. I want to thank also Bloomberg Philanthropies. Yeah, we have it. You can see it. You can see what we have. And this extraordinary injection of energy into this amazing sector. We were hoping for it in Nepal. We were all crossing fingers and toes and everything else. That 75 million has power surged this focus and heart. But thank you so specifically for giving us money for here. For two reasons, because this is what the IPB do, collective collaboration and convening. But also thank you for supporting us in our campaigning, for your Love Your Eyes campaign, so that we can communicate to the rest of the world. And I come to the end of this moment. I have spent the last year traveling around the world, and if you want to feel a contagious energy, it's to move from watching what happened in UNGA when we launched the investment case for the value of vision, finally taking it out of just eye health or healthcare and making this relevant. No way will anybody say that this is not important. I have gone to Papua New Guinea and worked with private sector and governments in small countries. I have witnessed critical pathways from Fiji, and that is by gender equity and health. We sat in a room yesterday and talked about the Nairobi commitments of ensuring that women will be part of commitments of governments. I've had the joy of working with the private sector meaningfully and to bring them to the table. And also the extraordinary joy of seeing our young system leaders. Our young system leaders who you're all going to meet later today, that generation that carries forth our heart. Can you give them a round of applause too, please? And I am finishing, but I will say this. What an incredible, incredible meeting that we are having these last 3 days. The power surge as we move to Antigua, to the summit. And remember, it's only a moment in time, this summit, for the next breath of energy and work we will do. We will end avoidable sight loss. This is possible. Look what we have done with so little in such a short amount of time if you consider the last 2 years. We are it. And there's a really great line in a song by Faithless that when I had to accept my own sight loss, I remember somebody saying it to me, you don't need to have eyes, you just need to have vision. But vision isn't enough. We also have a plan, and we have money. But the most important thing is we have heart. We're the people who are going to make it happen because we have us. You can have a great plan, you can have a great vision, but this sector is unbeatable. I have never come across a sector who works so well together, unified for everyone, for the freedom, the dignity, and the potential of every single person on this planet. We are united. You matter. We all matter. So for each of us, for every one of us, thank you so very, very, very much.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for your championship, and thank you for your energy and amazing hard work. Let's hear it again for Caroline Casey, everybody. Say, quoting Faithless, I thought you were going to say, I can't get no sleep. That's the unofficial motto of the gathering. So speaking of energy, we are so grateful for our honored guests being here with us this morning. And it is an honor to hand over the responsibilities for introducing and saying a few words themselves, but introducing our next honored guests. Please welcome up to the stage the head of the Directorate for Curative and Nursing Services, Dr. Johansen Odor.
So to the chief guest, the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Health, Honorable Aden Duale, to the President, International Association of Prevention of Blindness, the CEO, the MOH officials who are present, the iHealth leadership, academia, partners, delegates, all protocol observed. Amjambo. Today is not my day. Today is a happy day because among us, we have the Cabinet Secretary of Health, Honorable Aden Duale, who is the official guest, chief guest, and the keynote speaker for the official opening of this meeting. So I'll not have much to say, and just to welcome our CS to give the keynote speech. Thank you and welcome.
Please, let's be seated. The President of the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness, senior ministry officials, development partners, and international organizations present here, the private sector colleagues here, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to join you this morning for the opening of the 2030 Insight Live conference here in Nairobi. And on behalf of the government and the people of Kenya, please feel welcome, all our delegates from across Africa, the world, to this beautiful city and beautiful country. We're very much honored to host you and to hold this important global conference on eye health in partnership with the International Agency for Prevention of Blindness. And this reflects our commitment, Kenya's leadership and commitment to advancing universal health coverage, strengthening healthcare systems, and promoting equitable access to healthcare. And as of last night, 31.9 5 million Kenyans have registered under the Social Health Authority, covering close to about 70% of our population. Today, more than 2.1 billion people globally live with blindness, yet almost 1 billion of these cases are preventable and treatable. This reality reminds us that avoidable blindness is not merely a medical condition, but it is a development challenge. It's an issue of an equity challenge, and more so a justice challenge. Avoidable blindness continues to undermine educational attainment for many children. It affects economic productivity for many of our citizens globally, and it affects the overall well-being and productivity of families and communities. We remain firmly committed to achieving universal health coverage. In our country, our goal is simple but non-negotiable, that every Kenyan, regardless of where they live or their socioeconomic status, they have an access to essential health services. This including quality eye care. We recognize that vision is central to learning, is central to productivity, to dignity, and to economic participation. And above all, therefore, is a core pillar of human capital development. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of our ongoing healthcare sector transformation in our country and reforms, we are investing in interoperability digital health system in order to strengthen service delivery, improve continuity of care, and support real-time, evidence-based decision-making. We are deliberately integrating eye health into this digital platform to ensure that it's fully embedded within our routine service delivery, hence supporting screening, referrals, patient tracking, and reporting across the healthcare system. We also recognize that the cost remains one of the biggest barriers to access. Through the Social Health Authority, we have removed these barriers, and we have expanded protection for all citizens. As I said earlier, over 31.4 million Kenyans are registered under the Social Health Authority. This is a very clear indication of public trust and a major milestone of our UHC journey. Importantly, eye health are provided or included in the Social Health Authority benefit package. It covers preventive, diagnostics, medical, and surgical care. This includes the two leading causes of blindness and visual impairment, cataract and refractive error. We are committed to continuously reviewing and strengthening the benefit package to ensure that it remains very responsive, very equitable, and above all, comprehensive. Our position is clear that no Kenyan should lose vision or remain blind because they cannot afford care. And I was talking to the CEO of the Social Health Authority this morning to give me the numbers as I was coming to this meeting. And at the primary health care, at level 2 and level 3, and part of level 4 in our country, all the services that are provided are free. So at the PHC level, we offer services to anybody who is under 18 years. They get free spectacles, they get free diagnostics, they walk in and they walk out in our country. And we have a charter at every health facility saying the following health services are free, whether it's immunization, vaccination, laboratory test. But when you come to the social health insurance fund, now they cover a large number of the ophthalmology services, including cataract, are provided. And in the last 18 months of the existence of the Social Health Authority, a cumulative amount of 1 billion shillings have been reimbursed to health facilities across our country. And we will do more. So we have also strengthened our sustainability through what we call facility improvement financing framework, which allows our facilities to retain and reinvest locally generated resources that they receive from the Social Health Authority. This will enable our counties and health facilities to improve the infrastructure, maintain equipment, and sustain essential service, including eye health, beyond the donor funding cycle. Eye health services are now available in all our 47 counties, with the counties expanding services further to sub-counties and the lower level health facilities. This reflects a very important progress in improving the geographical access to eye care services across our country. And this demonstrates the growing integration of eye health within the broader health system in our country. However, gaps remain. Equity in access continues to be a challenge, particularly for communities that live in the most remote and arid and semi-arid lands, communities where we have geographically hard to reach areas, and these disparities are not acceptable and must be addressed through a very deliberate policy and sustained implementation action. A strong health workforce is central to sustaining progress. Kenya continues to invest in expanding and strengthening its healthcare workforce, including eye health professionals, through collaborations with our counties, training institutions, professional associations, and development partners. However, we acknowledge that deployment remains uneven, and some regions continue to be underserved. And this is a challenge we are facing. I'm sure most of the professionals sitting here, they like staying in urban centers where life is a bit better. But I think we have a moral duty to go and serve some of the most undeserved communities in our country and in our region. So we are therefore prioritizing recruitment, deployment, retention, and continuous skill development of the eye health workforce. Our objective is very, very clear as a government: a well-trained, motivated, and equitably deployed workforce capable of delivering quality eye care at all levels of the health system. This includes strengthening eye care within the primary health care, empowering community health promoters for early identification and referral, and reinforcing referral systems for specialized care. Going forward, our focus as a country is very clear. The full integration of the eye health into the primary health care has worked. Community health systems are giving us dividends, and bringing service closer to communities is no longer an optional. It is essential in order to eliminate avoidable blindness. At the same time, we will not leave any community behind. We'll deliberately reach populations in arid and semi-arid areas and in remote counties and underserved regions through the innovative service delivery models, our digital health solutions, our outreach services, and more so the targeted county-level investment. Ladies and gentlemen, as a government, our commitment is very clear. eye health is an integral part of the universal health coverage and primary health care strengthening. We are determined to reduce avoidable blindness and ensure equitable access to quality eye care for all Kenyans. Let me conclude by saying this clearly. Eye health is not just a health issue. It is an educational issue, a productivity issue, a development issue, and above all, an equity issue. Vision determines opportunity, and opportunity determines the future. As we open this conference, let us move from commitment to action. Let us build systems where no child is excluded from learning due to poor vision. No worker is limited by avoidable visual impairment, and no older person is denied dignity because of treatable blindness. Kenya values the partnership of all our stakeholders present here today. The progress we have made is as a result of collaborations, and the progress we seek will require even deeper partnership and shared responsibility. I wish you a very fruitful deliberations and a successful conference. I think I also need to say that I'm not an Arsenal fan. I am a Man U fan. And after 22 years, they made a lot of noise last week, only for that noise to be brought down when they again lost to PSG. At least I said PSG reduced the noise in Nairobi city. So for those of us who are not Arsenal fans, but we celebrate them with because they were away for close to a decade. And you can expect when you win after 22 years. I mean, you have to celebrate. And so I for the first time, I had to tweet a congratulatory message to Arsenal, which I rarely do. But thank you very much, Madam President and your team and CEO. Please welcome to Nairobi. It's the only city with a national park, for those of you who don't know. And it's not very far from here. I think it's barely about 2-3 kilometers. But if you live in the hotels around here, if by chance you encounter a lion, be very careful. They are not from the zoo, so they are not domesticated. They can harm you. But please enjoy our weather. You have come at the right time. June, July, and August is our winter month, so it's very cold. You need to make sure that you use enough heavy clothing, particularly at night. Yeah. I could feel the cold last night. So June and July is very cold. But thank you very much, and thank you. Welcome to Kenya, and I wish you well. May God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
Our chief guest, allow me to take a very brief session to recognize our chief guest and other guests by awarding small tokens of appreciation. Kindly, whoever has the tokens of appreciation, please be taking the next steps to ensure that we can do it in a record time. Before that, our chief guest, this day we came to your office and you commissioned a steering committee. And I just want to make them be upstanding for appreciation. Please, wherever you are, be upstanding. Right from the ministry and the entire, you can see our chief guests. It's a big team, they have done very well. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Edith, the gifts, please. I need them here. So, meanwhile, we can have some entertainment, please. Some little African music as we bring the gifts here. Just for 30 seconds. Yeah. So I want to have Moses Chege to come up here. Christine, just bring it. Bring it. Yeah, first one. So just hold on. So our first recipient of a word of thank you from the host organizations, who are namely CBM, Site Savers, Fred Hollows Foundation, Operation Eyesight Universal, and Good Vision, is our chief guest, Honorable Aden Duale, EGH, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Health. Please, sir, come forward and receive your token of appreciation. Honoring our invitation. The next guest to receive a token of appreciation is Dr. Johannesten Oduor. Madam Alice Mwangi, please come forward. Let's appreciate, please, the team. Thank you. The next to come forward is Caroline Casey, the president of IAPB, and to present the award is Peter Milo, the country director for Fred Hollows Foundation. I can see you can do some jigs, eh? Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you. Good, thank you, lovely photo. The next on stage is Dr. Baba Quresh, the Vice President, IAPB. Alice, please come back again. Some soft music, please, just continue. Thank you. The next on stage is Peter Holland, the Chief Executive Officer, IAPB. Peter Miller, please come over. Thank you. And because Moses Chege is our chair of the Eye Health Forum, please come over to receive your token of appreciation from Madam Caroline Ikumu. Where are you? Operation Eyesight Universal. Thank you. Thank you. The next is Dr. Rainer Brockhaus, the Chief Executive Officer, CBM. Where are you, sir? Dr. Rainer Brockhaus. Okay, we can have Dr. Baba receiving on his behalf, and Peter Miller will do it on our behalf. Thank you. The next is Dr. Caroline Harper, the Chief Executive of Site Savers. I also want to appear in the photo, so I'll do it myself. The next is Rose Piper, the Chief Executive of Fred Hollows Foundation. And we have Alice Mwangi, who will come over, side over. Then we have Nico Clan, Chief Operating Officer, Good Vision. And Caroline Ikumu, you will come over to prison. Send the gift on our behalf. Caroline, okay. Thank you, our chief guest. And Caroline, you can smile. Okay, thank you. Lovely. Thank you. And over to the MC. Ollie, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's have another round of applause for all of our very special acknowledged guests there. Thank you. Well, everybody, there's a very special moment approaching in 1 moment's time, which is our very traditional and iconic group photo. So we're going to ask our honored guests to stay with us for a moment. But before I do, it really feels like the engines have started. We have liftoff, and we're ready for a very busy 2 days. I want to say a very brief thank you to our hosts, to our co-hosts, and also can we have a massive round of applause to all of our exhibitors. We've got over 30 exhibitors with us today. Thank you for being with us. You can find the exhibition upstairs, which is where I'm going to encourage us to move very shortly. It's also where our refreshments, our tea and coffee are as well. So please do let that trigger lots of good conversations and encounters. We've got over 80 poster presentations as well this year, and 3 innovation showcases lined up in Mount Elgon and Mount Kenya as well. So any minute now, what's going to happen is we're going to divide the room in 2 and ask you to move out of this room to refreshments upstairs, because we're going to be starting again at 11:15. So that's what's about to happen. But most importantly of all, it is time. Almost every single one of you ought to have a pair of Love Your Eyes glasses and spectacles on your chairs. So if you would don your spectacles and please be upstanding, and we're going to try and get an iconic group photo. Thank you to the Cabinet Secretary for being with us for this moment. Be upstanding, everybody, and with the help of our brilliant team of photographers, we will try to capture. And I think we can move across the aisles, so to speak. We can move towards the center of the room, everybody. That's right. We'll try our best to get as many of you in as possible. And you tell us how we're doing. How's that looking? Okay, everybody? Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now we want great big smiles. We want a celebratory cheer. Okay, everybody, how about after 3? Love your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Love your eyes. And once more. 1, 2, 3. Love your eyes. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you at 11:15. Thank you, one. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you please to leave the room? We've only got 10 minutes and we really need to turn around. So please, can I encourage you to leave the room because we can't move things with you all in here. So please, can you leave the room? That includes my boss. Ladies and gentlemen at the back, can we ask you please to leave the room because we need to move some chairs. Jissa, can I ask the people around you to move? Courtney, can you, please? Unless you're now moving chairs, you shouldn't be here. Please. Jissa, can we, please? It's for your health and safety, everyone. Right. If you're not staffing the event, please can you leave the room now because we need to move. We've got to bring a wall across. So please, can I ask you to leave the room? Thank you so much. I just don't want anyone crushed with the wall. Ollie, you know your iPad's here, don't you? Just a water. Can I get a glass bottle of water? Thanks. Russell, are we getting some chairs upstage? Russell, I think you've left your radio on. Someone's left their radio on.